Hello again, everyone. Okay, so we are long overdue for an update on silver. From my last post, approximately 60 days ago, when I first raised this topic and introduced you to the program that I am involved in, which is going very well, by the way, there's been some really interesting things that have been going on. And I've observed through not only the particular program that I'm involved in, and again, you can click the link at the side of the video to get more information. But as far as big picture goes, in relation to what's going on with the economy and how that relates to the observations I'm making in the silver market, are some of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today. So as we talked last post, silver was hitting, it did hit in March a $21 an ounce price, and that was the high, and then since then it has corrected over the last 60 days, and it's on the way back up. And what's happened in those last 60 days, I mean, there's been a lot that's happened, but I wanted to, like I said, draw your attention specifically to the big picture stuff and talk a little bit more in depth about silver, the psychology of investing, and some other related topics. So here we go. Here's the situation. When silver hit its $21 an ounce price and then started to come down, what was happening at that point is that people were going crazy for silver, okay, when it was up at that price. And I want you to keep in mind this one thing. We're talking about a very small group of us who are already kind of, quote, in the know about or watching what's going on with metals in general, and I'm talking about specifically silver. So we're talking about a small number of people, and the physical silver market itself is very small, okay? Because again, you can't create that out of thin air. It needs to be mined from the earth. It takes labor to do so. The things that we talked about last time. Okay, so keeping in mind supply and demand, this is where your discernment, your intuition, and your knowledge comes into play, okay? Silver was at $21 an ounce. People were going crazy for it, and this is what started happening. You could not find silver anywhere in the coin shops. The program I'm involved in is specifically with Silver Eagles, and you could forget about it. You can find those anywhere. And the other piece that went along with that is that the mints, if you could get through on the phone and with so many people that were calling, again, we're talking about a small number of people, they weren't even promising delivery. Nobody, including the mints, had Silver Eagles. You couldn't find silver anywhere. Coin shops, mints, if you could even get the mints to commit to delivery times, they were way far extended into the future, on and on and on. Okay. And then the price went down. Okay. Use your logic here, common sense. Is that supply and demand? No. That's market manipulation. And if we're looking at, what we're looking at right now, this correction in silver is actually a gift because it's not going to last. The program I'm involved in, when the correction hit, the price was lowered to reflect that correction, but that's going to go back up. So again, if getting involved now, you're getting a gift because it's my prediction, and again, you can do your own research on this, but silver is going way up. We ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, but what is happening is that, the psychology of investing is alive and well as it pertains to silver in particular. And so what I noticed happening as well is that, people were coming on board and, left and right. And again, it's still going very well, but I've noticed and observed the exact same psychology of investing type principles alive and well. What happened is that when it hit the correction then, and everybody was, being paraded out on TV and in the newspapers that, oh, it's all over, talking about the metals and commodities in general. It's all over. This is, the best it was. Look, now it's going down. And people believed that. And I'm going to call your attention to this. Really, stop believing the lies. and stop watching TV. I mean, if you want to watch it as, a comparison or of what not to do, go right ahead, or just to laugh. It's getting harder to find, any of that funny. Trying to keep it light, but it's not funny. Just for one example, if, the CEO of Bear Stearns was on television the week before touting that everything's fine and, the company's perfectly fine and stockholders have nothing to worry about, and it was that Sunday emergency Federal Reserve meeting, and the following day JP Morgan bails that company out for $2 a share, if that in itself has not put the red flag up and say, stop listening to the lies, I don't know what will. And so now we've seen this herd mentality, the psychology of investing kind of thing, match right along with that. A lot of folks believe that. Okay, it's over. We better look at other things. It was all just, a mistake, and good thing I didn't get on board, and the like. Do not believe that. Again, we've seen nothing yet. Silver is on the way back up, and again, my prediction is it's going way up. But you know what you need? Common sense. Look around. The dollar continues to completely tank. Gas prices are now $4 a gallon. Food prices way up. It's taking more and more of those devalued dollars to fill up your gas tanks and your bellies. This is why I'm so big on silver. Paper is what got us into this mess. I've talked about the dollar being printed out of thin air and backed by nothing. That's not the entirely big picture. That dollar is backed by something, but it's nothing good. It's debt. Most people do not even know the truth about the Federal Reserve and how our current financial system, our economy even works. I would strongly encourage you to read a very powerful and particular book. I've put it again to the side of the video. You can click there and find it. And you can get all the information that you need about the Federal Reserve. Some of the information, again, I've compiled on this channel will help you if you haven't already made those connections. Every time a dollar is printed by the Federal Reserve, it is got debt attached to it, and that is passed along to our government, who then passes the buck, so to speak, to us. And then we are in debt. Debt is the name of the game. This is exactly how we have gotten into the mess, the problems that we have. And it has a huge piece to do. Just get down to the fundamentals. It's about lies. Stop believing lies. Start researching the truth. Using common sense in this environment is becoming a radical thing to do. But do it anyway. Overcome the ignorant psychology of investing. Your common sense is where the real wealth is. And so I will close with a bit of irony and a toast to silver. All that glitters is not gold. To your wealth and your health. Cheers. And until next time, namaste.